Ford is to invest $3.7 billion to boost EV production, that is electric vehicle production, in the Midwest of the US. So for the last trading session, Ford closed at $13.50, a loss of 2.81%. 43.6 million shares crossed the tape, which was below average. And it also comes at this news also comes at a time when we're also hearing that Elon Musk is saying that the Tesla needs to cost about 10% of its workforce. This came about through an email it sent to executives seen by Reuters. He later told the staff that white-collar ranks were bloated and he could keep hiring workers to make cars and batteries. So yes, okay, maybe they want to cut down on white-collar staff in Tesla, but Ford, which was our focus in this video, is pushing to create 6,000 jobs in plants in Midwest US. So Ford will invest $3.7 billion to add more than 6,200 United Auto Workers Union manufacturing jobs throughout the US Midwest, as the company pushes to expand its electric vehicle production capacity. The automaker will invest $2 billion across 3 assembly plants in its home state of Michigan, $1.5 billion in 3 Ohio factories, and $95 million in a Missouri site. Ford will receive $200 million in economic incentives from Ohio and $150 million from Michigan, according to Kumar Galhotra, president of Ford's internal combustion engine division. Okay. People might say, why does this have to be this guy who has to announce this? Since he's the internal combustion engine division president. The move comes as US states and municipalities have granted $5.1 billion since 2002 in subsidies to Tesla, Ford and General Motors, geared towards the construction and transformation of EV and battery plants. Consumer demand for vehicles is soaring amid rising concerns over the environmental impact of traditional engines. Ford announced last year that it will spend $11 billion on assembly and battery plants in Tennessee and Kentucky. Okay, and we also know that Ford will also convert the status of 3,000 temporary employees to permanent full-time and invest a further $1 billion over the next 5 years to make improvements to plant workplace environments, including increasing access to healthy food and adding better lighting to car parks. So according to Jim Farley, chief executive of Ford, he said, "We are investing in American jobs and our employees to build a new generation of incredible Ford vehicles and continue to pursue the transformation of Ford." So the Michigan investment will go in part towards increasing production of the F-150 Lightning. I believe that's this particular vehicle. I believe that's one F-150 Lightning, the electric version of the F-150 pickup truck, while the Ohio funds will support the assembly of a new commercial EV in the middle of the decade. The Missouri investment will add a third shift to a plant that will produce an electric van. Despite the move to increase EV production with these new employees, some of the money will boost the production of combustion engine vehicles, including a new Ranger pickup and Mustang Coupe. So Galhotra, the internal combustion engine division president, declined to say how many additional F-150 vehicles will be produced as a result of the investment, though the company had a target of 150,000 F-150s a year at its Rouge electric vehicle plant in Michigan. Ford has a production goal of 600,000 electric vehicles a year by the end of 2023 and 2 million a year by the end of 2026. So, and you also remember that it decided earlier this year to split its electric vehicle division from its traditional auto segment. So yes, coming back to the stock, we can see what's going on here. Okay, it's bearish. The underlying trend is a bearish one, and I think we can see down here it is improving within a longer term upwards trend. Okay, longer term upwards trend. Okay, so the underlying trend is not bearish. The underlying trend is actually upwards, much more upwards. It's still sloping upwards. Although it's presently below its 200-day moving average, the that average is rising. Okay, yes. So due to prior gains in F shares. Additionally, the MACD histogram, which is used to measure the near-term trend, is above zero, but it's lagging the S&P 500. Momentum for F is strongly bullish. The 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is above 80, the level which many analysts call overbought. This means that investors have been actively purchasing shares and driving the price higher. The volume for that last trading session, the session of the 3rd of June 2022, was lighter than usual, trading 42.797 million shares versus an average of 80.72 million shares per day during the last 12 months. The unbalanced volume indicator shows that longer term selling pressure has given way to near term accumulation by traders. Okay, so see what you make of all of these news concerning Ford, and thank you very much for watching this video.